Lovely scenes those between the players of the Indian cricket team and the Hong Kong team. So it's nice to see camaraderie between two teams after a hard-fought game. But you'd expect that from Hong Kong players because for them it was once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be playing against some superstars of Indian cricket. Hello and welcome to our special show, Desert Storm. We're coming to you live today from the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. And joining me today is Sunny Gavaskar. Sunny bhai, today there is no match at the Sharjah Cricket Ground, but I've only come here to relive the nostalgia because as a kid growing up in the 80s and 90s, there's so many memorable moments that we witnessed on this ground. India, of course, doesn't play in this ground at this tournament, but I'd like for you to talk to us about the first edition of the Asia Cup. I don't think a lot of people know we are here covering the Asia Cup, but the very first edition, way back in 1984, started from here. And guess what? The man who's joining us in Sunny Gavaskar was the captain. Sunny, what are your memories of that tournament?
Oh, it was a new team, so to speak, because we had quite a few newcomers in the team. I think Rohit Sharma played for India for the first time. Today, he is the chairman of the selection committee. I think Manoj Prabhakar was there. Surinder Khanna, who went on to not only win the man of the match, but man of the series award. He was also playing for India for the first time. So we had quite a few newcomers in the team. And they all performed absolutely brilliantly. And that's the reason we went on to win the first ever Asia Cup.
Right, Sunny, for me, who hasn't ever been here before, there's so many memories attached with this ground. I'd like to pick your brains. You tell me your favorite memories, things that really stand out. You were part of that team that dismissed Pakistan for 87. That's a standout memory. One moment which may not be memorable, Chetan Sharma getting hit for a six by Javed Miandar. That happened on this ground. Sachin Tendulkar's Desert Storm happened here. What's that one memory that really stands out in your mind when I say the Sharjah Cricket Ground?
Well, when you say Sharjah, obviously there are two things that stand out, not one thing. One thing is, the first thing is obviously the win over Pakistan, restricting Pakistan to 80 odd, 87, I think, when we had been dismissed for 125. That is an outstanding memory because, the Pakistan batting lineup was a strong batting lineup, but to beat them, with only 125 on the board, that is a very, very special memory. And after that, of course, Sachin Tendulkar's innings in the qualifying match and then in the finals. Outstanding batting. Very, very seldom have I seen such mastery over the opposition attack like we saw on those 2 days. Magnificent. The way he paced his innings, the way he upped the ante when it was needed, the sixes, the straight sixes of the fast bowlers. Amazing batting.
All right, every time you talk about those innings that Sunny is talking about, Sachin Tendulkar's Desert Storm and then the innings in the final, you get goosebumps even while standing here in the stadium. The other one that Sunny was talking about where they dismissed Pakistan for 87, even though Pakistan lost, the man of the match in that game was a certain Imran Khan. He picked up 6 wickets in that match. Of course, India were the winning side. Talking about man of the match, for India, it was Suryakumar Yadav in the game versus Hong Kong. And this is what we are talking about, looking at his batting, how he's now become the number 2 ranked T20I batsman in the world. Sunny Gavaskar still with us. Sunny, I spoke to you about Sky's knock yesterday, but that was immediately after he had played that knock. Now you've had about 18, 20 hours to ponder over it. How would you recollect this particular knock that he played?
The sheer audacity. Look, you just come into bat and you know that you've only got a few overs left. You've got to up the scoring. You want to take the team towards 200. And to bat the way that he did, to have a strike rate of more than 200, just tells you the audacity. Some of the shots that he played moving towards the off stump and then flicking the ball over square leg, some of the inside-out cover drives, extra cover drives, and then, of course, the normal lofted shot over mid-on, long on and mid-wicket. I mean, the range of shots that he displayed, the confidence with which he was batting was quite simply a delight to watch.
Okay, that particular knock, that half century that Suryakumar Yadav got, Sunny watched it on TV. As I said, watched it live in the stadium. But do you know who had the best seat in the house? It was a certain Virat Kohli, who was at the non-striker's end. He was thoroughly enjoying that entire knock by Suryakumar Yadav. What a fine conversation that was. It helps us, the fans, get an insight into the thought process of some fine batsmen when they're batting in tandem, like Suryakumar and Virat Kohli were versus Hong Kong. Sunny Gavaskar still with us. Sunny bhai, I could observe Virat Kohli really enjoying the knock that Suryakumar Yadav was playing. You could make out from this conversation that Virat in itself, in awe of Suryakumar Yadav. How often does it happen that one of the finest batsmen of his generation and one of the best to have played the T20 format in Virat Kohli in awe of someone else?
But it doesn't happen too often. I think it probably might have happened for when they were playing together for the Bangalore franchise, when he was batting with AB de Villiers at the other end. I think there would have been lots of awe over there as well, because AB de Villiers could play a shot from anywhere to anywhere. And that's why it was called Mr. 360. And while it's too early to call Suryakumar Yadav Mr. 360, he's pretty much getting there with the range of his shots. So it is understandable that Kohli might have seen some shades of AB de Villiers in Suryakumar Yadav.
Right. Saiva, stay on with us. Plenty more to talk to you about. Meanwhile, another significant thing happened in India's win over Hong Kong, and that was Rohit Sharma going past Virat Kohli in this record.
Rohit Sharma has surpassed Virat Kohli as the second most successful captain for India in T20 internationals. On the list, MS Dhoni, who led India in 72 matches, is still at the top with most number of wins. Rohit now has 31 wins in T20 internationals as captain, one more than Virat Kohli. The current Indian skipper has astonishing figures, winning 31 of the 37 matches that he has led India in, with a win percentage of close to 84%. Virat, on the other hand, led India in 50 T20 internationals, winning 30 of them and losing 16, a win percentage of 64.58.
Rohit may be number 2 on the list, but I was just looking at the success rate. His success rate is the best, better than Virat Kohli, better than even MS Dhoni when it comes to T20 captaincy. It doesn't seem very long that he's been captain, only 37 games, already number 2 in that list. What does that tell you, the success rate, about Rohit Sharma's captaincy?
Well, it's been a time where India has done well, and that's obviously the big plus. Sometimes it's an advantage to get the captaincy a little bit later, because you have then established your place in the team. You're confident about your place. You're not just looking at your own place in the team, but you're now looking to help the others. And that's exactly what's happened with Rohit Sharma. Yes, of course, he had the IPL T20, captaincy, 5 wins under his belt, 5 trophies under his belt. That would have given him a lot of confidence. But the fact that he got the India captaincy in his early 30s tells you that he had lots of experience, lots of playing experience, lots of watching others, playing under some other captains, learning from them, watching the opposition captains, picking some tips from them. That certainly has helped him, and you can see that in the way he handles some pressure situations.
Right, the final segment on our program, we're going to focus on the game that will be coming up today. It's a do-or-die encounter versus 2 giants of Asian cricket in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Both have lost to Afghanistan. That means the team that loses today will be knocked out of the tournament. And this game has a lot of edge going by the history that these 2 teams have shared on the cricket field.
A broken glass door, on-field confrontations and Nagin dance. In the last couple of years, the Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh contests have assumed a spicy edge.
It differs, the bowling attack of Afghanistan. They are a world-class attack, but when it comes to Bangladesh, we know that Fish is a very good bowler and Shakib is world-class. So apart from that, they don't have that world-class bowlers in their lineup. So I think compared to Afghanistan, Bangladesh will be a lot more easier game.
Ahead of the key do-or-die encounter between the 2 sides, things have only intensified.
No, it's up to Dasun actually. Why he says that, I don't know. Why he thinks we are definitely maybe Afghanistan is a better T20 squad. That's why he says that. He says a lot of other things as well. He said that we have only 2 bowlers or something. No, and I don't see any bowlers in Sri Lanka as well. to me. At least Bangladesh have two. That's very good. I think we have at least Mustafiz and Saqib. So I don't think they have world-class bowlers like Mustafiz and Saqib as well. So it's not about words. It's about how you play in the game. That's very, very important.
The two teams share an interesting rivalry where Sri Lanka have had more success. Sri Lanka have won 8 out of 12 T20 contests played against Bangladesh. However, Bangladesh have won 2 of their last 3 T20 internationals against the Lankans. With such a volatile build-up, it remains to be seen which team holds their nerve and who earns the bragging right. Sports Bureau, India Today.
Ooh, shots have been fired from both sides. We heard from the Sri Lankan camp saying that, listen, Bangladesh only have 2 world-class bowlers. Then the Bangladesh camp says, well, at least we have 2. Sri Lanka has none. So it's going to be a juicy encounter. Sunny bhai, there is an edge to this particular rivalry, Bangladesh-Sri Lanka. We all remember what happened during the Nidahas Trophy in 2018. There was a broken glass door in the dressing room. Nagin dance became viral. So this is one contest to look forward to.
It certainly will be, because yes, I think there's always been a bit between these two countries. They are probably, the newer ones. When you look at the other countries, they've been around at the international level for a bit. So yes, I think between these two countries there has always been just a little bit of a needle, and that will make the match interesting for sure.
All right, Sunny Gavaskar, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining us on this special program titled Desert Storm. That's all that we have on our program this evening. But don't forget to tune in every evening at 6:30 p.m. for our Asia Cup special as we build for that big game that will be coming our way on Sunday. That will be India-Pakistan clash number 2. Hopefully, before that, Pakistan have to beat Hong Kong.